championship game.
And the Packers just won't go away.
It's do or die right now. And a late flag is thrown on the play.
Tampa Bay is heading to the Super Bowl.
2 words, Tom Brady. Oh my goodness. Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, and Molly Karam Rose. Max, it took me a lot not to tweet at you yesterday. This man is unreal. I know you're both a little sour today. That bad man got taken down. Let's get right into it.
Not sour.
Stephen A's at a loss for words for once here. The Bucs beat the Packers 31-26, sending Tom Brady to his 10th Super Bowl. But it was Matt LaFleur's decision to kick the field goal on 4th and goal that had everybody asking questions after the game. Listen up.
We essentially had 4 timeouts with the 2-minute warning. And, you know, we knew we needed to get a stop. And I thought we were going to have a stop there at the end, but, you know, we got called for the PI. And it didn't work out.
Well, I didn't have a decision on that one. Yeah, that wasn't my decision. I thought maybe we're going to have 4 chances to go.
I think Aaron Rodgers needs a new environment, but that's a later discussion in the show. First, Stephen A., let's focus on that 4th and goal call. Did that cost Aaron Rodgers a trip to the Super Bowl?
I believe it did. And what I mean when I say that it cost him, meaning it eradicated any chance that he had of pulling it off. That's all I mean by that. There were a lot of plays that preceded that, and we get all of that. We understand that this is a 60-minute football game, and we get it. We also understand that Tom Brady and his greatness and at age 43 and all that he accomplished, that's the kind of stuff that we'll be talking on about as the show progresses. But not Mike Patton, even though he was awful as a defensive coordinator. He was awful. Matt LaFleur. We're going back to LaFleur. We're not going LaFleur. We're going LaFleur. Right. Just for the purposes of the day.
Stephen A. is here.
If it sounds disrespectful, to hell with it. Matt LaFleur.
They hit LaFleur last night.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, this man, it was a straight choke job by the coach. If this were a player, we would call it a choke job. Matt LaFleur choked, coached scared, out of his damn mind, looked in over his head, and oh, by the way, at the end of the day, ended up reminding you why it was questionable why he was named the head coach of the Green Bay Packers to begin with. Because for those of you who don't remember, this was the man who presided over the 27th ranked offense in the National Football League in the Tennessee Titans when he was hired as the coach of the Green Bay Packers. In a day and age when the Eric Bieniemy, who's #1 in practically every category, can't get a job, Matt LaFleur is the head coach of a team quarterbacked by Aaron Rodgers. You started off the season screwing him over because you had a succession plan that you put right in front of his face by drafting Jordan Love, and you ended the season by taking the ball out of the hands of a guy who is about to be named league MVP, flat out balling, 45 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm so disgusted with what I saw from Matt LaFleur yesterday. It's just inexcusable. We walked into this game. Let's call it what it is. Molly, Max, we walked into this game. What were we thinking? We want to see Aaron Rodgers get Tom Brady. We want to see Aaron Rodgers get Tom Brady. Now, if a Steve Kerr or a John Paxson or somebody, Max, takes the winning jump shot, who gave him the ball? It was MJ. You make that call. You don't even Phil Jackson knew better than to sit up there and have somebody else make the call other than Jordan. You give the man the ball and you say, take me to the promised land. But because of analytics and all of these folks out there talking about probabilities and all of this other stuff about your chances of converting a 4th and goal at the 8-yard line, God forbid that I give it to the man. Now, listen, I'm not letting Kevin King off the hook. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This cornerback right here, it should be difficult for him to walk the street of any NFL city. His performance was an embarrassment. Gave up the touchdown to Mike Evans to begin the game. Gave up the touchdown at the end of the first half to Scotty Miller, letting him get behind you when there's only 6 seconds on the clock. And everybody has seen it, whether it was against the Raiders or throughout his history. Tom Brady takes chances in situations like that. And then the pass interference call when you grabbed on the dude's jersey, which ultimately led to Tom Brady then being able to convert a first down. But Matt LaFleur, At the end of the day, it's your job to oversee the team. It's your job to let defensive coordinator Mike Pett know that you can't have a cornerback in single coverage. You got no help over the top. And it's also Matt LaFleur's responsibility to recognize the fact that I've got this bad man, Aaron Rodgers, and I'm going down with the ship. He coached scared. He choked. And at the end of the day, this will be a lasting memory as far as I'm concerned. I got more to say, but the floor is yours.
He did choke. He absolutely choked. If by he you mean Aaron Rodgers, why are you trying to shift the blame off of Aaron Rodgers? Read my lips. Aaron Rodgers choked.
Whoa.
Aaron Rodgers choked.
I haven't heard anybody say that.
Here's the bottom line. He and Tom Brady were playing each other, and there was enormous legacy on the line. Enormous. Because people like me, and I really, the way it did, thought, come on, everyone knows Rodgers is better than Brady. Talk to anyone who's played against either guy. They're like, of course Rodgers is better. Rodgers has all the decision-making plus much more talent. Brady was going to be great wherever he was, but lucky that he was with Belichick. And I don't care how loaded the Bucs are. Brady went to 9 Super Bowls with Belichick, barely lost 3 of them. And then goes to Tampa, and I don't care how loaded they are. He's in the Super Bowl again, year 1. Belichick was 7-9. Yeah, Brady stacked the deck in his favor, but whatever. And Brady wasn't even great last night until he needed to be. Then he made the plays. Let's go back to the end of the second half. Aaron Rodgers had 3 shots to link up with Davante Adams. They'd have scored a touchdown. They blew it. They blew it. If Rodgers had passed more accurately, they would have scored a touchdown. He was unable to link up with Davante Adams. They kicked the field goal. That also led to a decision to go for an extra point instead of just, kicking a point, right? So they're going for 8 instead of 7. They wind up with 6. They had to kick a field goal instead of score a touchdown. Those points added up. In fact, it's the margin of defeat. It's the margin of victory for Tampa. But that's at the end of the half. Remember how Brady responded? Took him right down the field and threw a touchdown pass. Now, what happened late in the game?